It is May 1st, 2018. We're here in San Diego, California. My company is Emergency Plumbing. We're here today to show a new invention we've created to removing the Moen 1423 balancing spool assembly. So if you're a plumber and have ever had to remove any of these from a Moen troll valve, you'll notice this assembly right here can be very difficult when it gets old to get removed. This is a small slot that they created in the actual unit, and it's actually curved, and so it's not the same depth along the entire span of the diameter as it runs across. And so what we've created is a removal tool system, and what we've got here are 4 different tools. The first tool here, as you can see, it is a recessed little cup design that fits perfectly over the circular portion so it won't wobble, and as you can see there is a male counterpart to the indent groove on the balancing spool that fits in there perfect along the entire length or diameter of that. And then we put a 9/16 hex on the end so you can use a socket. So you simply put this over the edge. We're going to set up our camera here. Get it locked into the groove. You may have to spin it a little bit. You can see where the line is. Boom, once it's in, just put on your 9/16 socket and just twist. So we're just going to remove the rest by hand. There we go. So now you can see that's pulled out. Now this is what happens on a lot of the Moen valves, is exactly this scenario. This little cap comes off and it leaves the rest of the spool inside. Now let's say also for some reason the spool itself was damaged because another homeowner or plumber tried to get at it and could not get it moved. Or even this for some reason is very hard to get it to want to spin or catch. So what we've also created is a little guide tool that if this is damaged or still hard to turn with the initial tool here, you simply take this guide tool, has the same little groove but 2 holes through it. You set it over there and then you simply drill out with a 1/8 inch drill bit, which we include in the kit, through both holes. And we've already done it, so we're just mocking it up. When it's done, it's now left 2 little small pit grooves on each end, and our secondary tool has steel protrusions that fit those holes. So we still have the center guide and we have the additional 2. So then this can simply just go ahead and align, and now you've got extra catch points to grab in there. Same thing, mock it up to line it up on those 3 grooves. It's in, and then again with a 9/16 socket you can go ahead and remove this. We're going to just go and do the rest by hand again just to show. And there you go. Pulls it out. Now again, if the whole cartridge doesn't come out, a lot of times what will happen is this top piece will detach because the internal spool that sits behind this stainless steel, but mostly this stainless steel shell, gets really corroded with the 3 O-rings and other deposits and gets stuck inside. So we've got this other valve here showing the balancing spool, and that's stuck inside. So what we've also created are, these are bow opening pliers. They open outward, so when you squeeze the handle it opens outward, whereas most needle nose or other pliers obviously close. These open out the more you squeeze in. So you simply take this, insert it into the balancing spool, open up the pliers by squeezing the handle, and you can see it pulls it out. So our little prongs on the end of this will go into any of these holes on here, apologize, and we'll pull this out. Some twisting motion and pull. Now again, this usually will detach still separate from the rest of the stainless steel shell. That's still inside here. So the same tool goes back inside again, catch the prongs, spin and pull, and it will pull this out. The prongs do not go past the shell, so will not damage any internal components of the valve body there where the spool sits, and that's very important. This will not budge and come off. This is completely solid, locked on, these pliers. So this is now the ultimate tool if you're a plumber and have trouble removing these spools here from Moen Troll, either to start them, a secondary drill point, or to remove the other spools. So we have these for sale. Again, this is the Moen Balancing Spool Removal Tool. This is one of our display. We have 3 kit options available. One is the MR1, comes with the remover and pliers. The second kit is the guide and the second remover, and then the MR3 is all 4 pieces. So here's the kits right here that we just have on display. So the original remover with the pliers. Then if needed, the second kit comes with the drill out guide, the drill bit, and the secondary guide for that. And then our complete kit comes with all the items, the original remover, the guide for extra, the drill bit, the second remover, and then the actual pliers as well. So if you're having trouble removing the Moen balancing spool and you need a solution, we've come up with it here with this little device here to remove all those stuck or stubborn balancing spool Moen 1423 cartridges.